What is that?
Coronavirus.
But improved. How? How do you have this? Because I was the one who created it. Do you know what you did? How many suffered and died?
The Hantavirus. What is not the Hantavirus? Then what is it? Oh, the Hantavirus. Isn't the same thing? So as I started reading about the virus, people online were already freaking out. Some were acting like this is going to be worse than COVID. And apparently this whole situation started on the ship because of a rat. Which is so funny. Which honestly feels like character development. 7 years ago we got Bat, now it's a rat. That's progress. Last time we got Batman, now we got Master Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So the pandemic universe is expanding.
Upgrades, people, upgrades. That's how we make the dough.
And then I saw this post saying the rat that started Hantavirus was hanged in Spain. I kid you not, they hanged the rat, they caught it and they hang it. Like, it's the funniest thing ever. But if you go back to 2020, we can start playing Among Us again. But the only difference this time is the imposter isn't red, blue or yellow. It's Remy from Ratatouille.
Among Us! Among Us!
So I got Shapeshifter right here on my phone. I'm gonna give him a call right now, y'all.
Hi, I'm Shapeshifter. They call me Shapeshifter because I could change into anyone that I want. You want to see something cool? You
Yeah?
don't believe me?
No, I don't believe you. Let me see. Show me.
Okay, watch this. Look who I am. Hi, I'm Imposter.
But jokes aside, the real story is serious. It's not a new pandemic, it's a hantavirus outbreak linked to the MV Hondias cruise ship. The risk for the general public is still described as very low. In other contexts, this is not a new pandemic virus, it is the hantavirus outbreak, especially Hantavirus, linked to a cruise ship called MV Hondias. Hantaviruses usually come from rodents, and this outbreak seriously is for the people exposed, but the risk for the general public is currently described as very low. Hantavirus is basically a virus that lives in some wild rodents. Humans usually get infected when they breathe in dust contained with rodent urine droppings or saliva. So it's not like a rat bites you and boom, it is more like old storage room, dirty cabin, rodent contamination, dust in the air, or bad luck. And the scary part here is this outbreak involves Hantavirus, which is the only hantavirus known to sometimes spread from person to person, but even that usually needs close, prolonged contact, like being in closed spaces with a sick person, physical contact, body fluids, or shed contained items. It does not spread easily like COVID. Early symptoms can look like flu, fever, tiredness, muscle pain, headache, chills, stomach problems, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or stomach pain. Later, the dangerous part is when it affects breathing and the lungs. Symptoms can appear 30 to 42 days after exposure, which is why health authorities are careful with quarantine and monitoring.
Oh boy, I freaking hate niggas.
Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi. Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi.
Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi.
Oh, we're standing right here. Bring it on. We're not going to put the game. What are you going to do? Oh, bro. What are you
go. I wake up.